Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel on straight cut skirt series. Today we'll be learning how to make a straight cut with high waistband. Okay, cut together, high waistband that is cut together on the clothes. Okay, so this is our fabric and this is the tape. We're going to This is our fabric and it's going to really be a short skirt. So we're still working with hip. We're working with our hip 43. We're working with hip 43 this time around, and I'm checking how many seam allowance we have here. There's plenty. Okay, it's always cut with the back of the clothes when you're cutting. Always cut with the back. So I'm folding together. This is it, and after folding, I'm folding the second time now. So this is our skirt. I think I folded 2 inch, so you know, seam allowance here. Okay, so in case you are just seeing this video for the first time, please, if you want to fold, you check the biggest part of the person's measurement, which is the hip line. You either add 6 inches if you want to add if you have limited fabrics and you just want to have just 1 inch seam allowance, including the zip allowance, or you can add 12 if you want to have 2 inch seam allowance. Okay, so see what I did here. I folded. So that means if I'm going to fold this skirt now, since I'm working with hip 43, that means if I'm going to work with 12 inch seam allowance, I'll start counting from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm going to fold 55. Okay, if I'm working with 6 inches, I'll just count and fold with 6 inches. You can also work with 9 inches, depending on the kind of fabric you have. If it's sufficient, I always advise that you work with 2 inches seam allowance to be on the safer side. Okay, so now this is our skirt, well folded. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4, folded into 4. Most times when you want to cut, you fold into 4. Okay, so we're going to take the vertical measurement now. It's expected that this is our hip waistline. This is our waistline. This is a waistline. This is the hip line. Together, remember that we are cutting this together. The high waistband, we are cutting it together with the clothes. So this is supposed to be her waistline is supposed to be 8 inch, but because we are cutting together, I'm going to make it 9 inch. I'll tell you why I'm making it 9 inch. So the hip line, the knee line is 17. Okay, and the straight length is 21. So we just have small thing we are going to use to fold this thing. 21. We just have chickening something. Even when we finish sewing it, it might come up to 20.5, but we can still work with it. With this fabric that we have, can still work with it. Okay, so now look at what happens here. Remember, we are making a high waist skirt cut together on the fabric. So what I'm going to do here, this is the waistline. What I'm going to do here, depending on how big you want the thing to be, remember I'm going to use half an inch to sew here. So I'm removing the half an inch I'm going to use to sew here. So I'm measuring 4 inch. Okay, I'm measuring 3.5 here. If you don't want to measure, you can just put your tape and cut it. I'm measuring 2.5 inch here. Did you see how slope it is? It's going slopey upwards. So I'm just going to connect. I'll put my ruler. I'll connect this thing here. Okay, I'll connect it here. Okay, I'll keep it at that. I'll come and measure the skirt. Remember that our hip measurement is 43. So 43 is 10.7. Yeah, 10.7. So we'll do our 10.7 here. 10.7 should be somewhere here. It's a pencil skirt. Please, you have to check the other video I made on pencil skirt, just normal pencil skirt. If I want it very slopey and very snatchy on the knee side, I'll remove 2 inches from the hip line. I'll remove 4 inches. If I just want a shapy skirt but not too snatchy, I'm removing 2 inches. So I'm going to remove 2 inches from the hip measurement. So if I remove 2 inches from this hip measurement, the hip is 43. If I remove 2 inches, I'm going to have 41. So remember, you don't need to kill yourself over calculation in case you're having problem with it. You just divide by 4. See the 41? I'll divide my tape. Did you see it? I'll divide my tape. So I have the tape divided by 4 here now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll keep it here. Okay? I'll mark it. So the waistline is 35 also. So I'll just put it here. Okay? Look at it. Look at 35. I'll put it here and I will divide also. You see it? I'll come and keep it here. Before you do your waistline, please first do this thing. This is the band, the big band we are talking about. So I'll just mark my 35 here. So I'm just going to, after marking, this is my actual measurement. The actual measurement of the skirt I'm sewing. I'll now come and start putting, let me first check what I have here, 1.5. I'll start putting 1.5 seam allowance. 1.5 seam allowance, which is already here. 1.5, 1.5. Okay? I'll connect it also. Remember, if you want it to be very, very snatchy, you're not supposed to leave it straight like this. If you sew this thing straight like this, you're just going to have a straight skirt at the back, no shape, nothing. But if you want it to be very curvy at the back, you're going to pull out everything here. Do you understand? See the way I'm going? I'm sloping and this thing. And if you want it, this material is a stretchy material, you really want it to curve, you can still go inside though, do the needful. But for this one, let's keep it at that, so that we just have a normal curvy skirt and not too curvy, not too straight.